Welcome to Marks and Smarks. I'm Jose Sands. I'm here with
Hollywood Marcus.
and
and Big Ralph.
we're here to talk about this week in wrestling, what could have been, what should have been, and what was. We just came off a weekend of wrestling. We had NXT Chicago, Takeover Chicago, and Money in the Bank. A lot of things happened this week. A lot of interesting angles, but a couple of news items that came up this week as well before we get into that. One, we had the release of WWE wrestler Big Cass. Big Cass was officially released right after his Money in the Bank match. It is alleged that he had heat with the boys or with the people for an incident on a tour bus in a bathroom for excessive drinking. You know, there's a bunch of different reports sitting out there. Don't know which one to really go. There was no announcement from either WWE or Big Cass saying what happened. So this is all alleged, but Big Cass is no longer with us. Is this a loss for the company? I mean,
I don't think
do you
anybody
think?
really cares.
I mean, he was injured, then he came back and almost got injured again, then came back.
You
Fought
know
Daniel
what?
Bryan a couple of times.
He
Carmella,
was injured. He came back, got backstage heat from the boss, then came back, lost again. Now he has heat that just got him fired.
And the heat,
Yeah.
the heat from
I'm
the
not
boss.
shedding a tear over him.
Yeah, the heat from the boss that Big Ralph's talking about is that apparently when he did the segment with Little Brian,
I mean,
Mini Brian, he was only supposed to do one hit and he took liberties and did extra, which he asked to do. They said no, and he did it anyway. So that's the heat we're talking about.
yes.
it was Carmella. She requested specifically that he get fired.
Yeah, I don't think that happened.
He didn't put a ring on it, so she's like, you know what? I'm the champ. I call the shots. He can go.
Well, what they're saying is Vince fired Cass at the pre Smackdown meeting in Toledo. Besides the little Brian incident, Cass also blew off a rehearsal for a promo that Kevin Dunn had asked for.
Oh wow!
Then Cass did a promo on SmackDown, but it went longer than they wanted. There was said to be a lot of heat for that promo as Vince hated it and actually fired the writer of the promo a few weeks back. So
Man, this guy's just all over the place. He's just.
he also had heat on a tour bus incident during a recent European tour, which was reported earlier this week by Pro Wrestling Sheet. Cass locked himself in a bus bathroom as the lock malfunctioned, and thinking that it was a prank, he destroyed the bathroom and broke down the door to get out. The broken door meant that the other talents on the bus could not use the bathroom in privacy for the rest of the trip. I didn't know. I didn't read this ahead of time, so I'm just getting that. Wow.
Yo, I got a
Yeah.
fan. There's a fan I'm talking to right now in Discord, and he wants to get in on our bets for the pay-per-views.
All right, we could do that. That's awesome.
That's-
But we're
that's
not
our
doing
first-
a pay-per-view right now, so
No, but I'm telling you because we have fan interactions now, and they need to be recognized.
that's absolutely. Let's recognize. I have no problem getting into the fan bet. He's going to be way behind though.
No, we'll give him a curve. We'll start him off with 43,
We'll start him off at whoever the lowest is at the end of this.
which is I'm not going to spoil it for people listening, but you can probably already guess.
I don't know who it is. So
You
even
can tell.
No.
You can tell by the melancholy in his voice.
mel- Melancholy of voice.
No, but speaking about Cass, do you think you see Tenso and Bass in the Impact Zone soon?
well, Cass has got a 90-day no-compete clause in his contract, so he won't be competing in like 3 months. So if that does happen, I mean, from what I read, bookers are probably clamoring to get that tag team back together because they were so popular, and a good attraction. But I thought, and I might be wrong on this, that Enzo and Cass had heat with each other, like they weren't on speaking terms. So
Well, now he needs the money. So he's when you needs the money, the heat means nothing.
But I thought they were friends, like they grew up in the Bronx or something playing basketball or whatever.
I don't know the backstory on them. I thought they met and well, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what the backstory is. All I know is that I think when Cass got hurt, I don't think Enzo went around. That's what I heard. That's part of it. There was other stories going on because Enzo had heat, but ever since he got injured, it seems like Cass has just been on a bad downward spiral. Even when they brought him back to push him.
But he had
Big
potential.
Ralph
You
thinks
saw it.
that they just thought they were too big for their britches.
Don't do that.
Yeah, they did.
Not in WWE. Don't do that. They'll put you in your place real quick because they're petty and they don't care. They don't need you. You need them. So.
Well, and they don't need that kind of press. They don't need somebody who's going to disrupt it, not listen, do their own thing, especially somebody who's not established enough to warrant making calls like that.
See,
you know why?
Once I read that he did not listen to Mick Mahan, I was like, I'm just waiting for him to get fired. I saw it coming a while of, like after he what they call it?
Did I put a ring on it?
Oh no, not. Well, yes, it did happen after that. He went to Creative. Creative told him, no, you can't do that with Mini Brian. And then he decided to go to Mick Mahan, and Mick Mahan's like, no, I don't want you to do that with Mini Brian, and he ended up doing it with Mini Brian. I'm like, he's gonna get fired sooner or later. I saw that a mile away.
Plus, in that Brian match Sunday, I swore he did some spots that I don't think were pre-approved. Like he kicked him in the head. He did a follow-away slam from the second rope. I'm like, dude, just came back from years of being laid off because of concussions, and now it looks like you legitimately want to give him another one? Like, no, dude. Like, I think that also attributed it to his being released.
All right, it could be. I mean, that they're not citing that's what it was, but it could have been.
But it wasn't. But you know what though? It's a loss for WWE because he's 7 feet tall and you can't teach that. So. I went there. I did it.
Yeah, well,
but it seems the same one that said that he was built at 7, but he's actually not 7 feet tall.
I think his shoot height is like 6'10" or something.
It's still pretty tall. I'm not 6'10".
I know.
Well, dude, you're on fire with all these comments and these jokes today.
Wine.
Too bad you weren't on fire yesterday. So, another loss we had... another loss we had was the loss of Big Van Vader, Leon White. It was revealed by his son Jesse White on Twitter this morning, or on Monday morning, Monday, that he passed away. He was battling heart issues for a couple of years. He was diagnosed with congestive heart failure due to his football wrestling career. He's said to have visited 2 heart doctors who told him he only had 2 years left to live. He underwent open heart surgery in late March, had another operation in May. Then he was diagnosed with a severe case of pneumonia last month, and unfortunately he passed in his sleep. So we lost Big Van Vader. Vader, if you were in WWE, I don't think he was Big Van Vader. If you ever want to go to, I don't know. I watched him in WWE. I didn't see any of his WCW stuff, so I can't comment on that. He was a big man in WWE. Had some pretty good fights with Shawn Michaels. If you have the network and you want to watch, they have a Table for 3, which had Vader, Sting, and Ric Flair talking, which was fun to listen to the stories on how he was just a person that took liberties, I guess you'd say. It was a little stiff. There's a lot of stories of that. We also had the story that Vader's the guy who tore off Mick Foley's ear. It was that match. So, there's all these stories of Vader, but he was very well respected around the wrestling community, and fortunate with the heart failure, and he will be missed.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace, Big Van Vader. All right, so let's start on another note with our predictions. The prediction match happened. We started the points with 39, Big Ralph, 37, Jose Sands, and Hollywood coming in last with 34. Or coming in third. We don't want to say last. That sounds defeating in some way, right? So.
Hold on. Ready?
Yeah.
Hodor.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was the one I remember. I remember coming in with that big Mastodon helmet. Actually, the video game 2K18 used to have the helmet when he comes walking in, and then he puts it down. It's pretty cool.
I think one of my favorite matches of his was Flair versus him. I don't remember if I think it was for the title from Clash of Champions. If you don't know what Clash of Champions were, if you were too young to remember, it's pay-per-view quality matches, and it came on TBS like every 3 or 2 months or so, and they literally had like a pay-per-view on, basic cable or whatever, and they had some awesome matches. And I remember one of the matches was Vader versus Ric Flair, and I'm just like, dude, like this is awesome. Watching this big guy wrestle my favorite wrestler and just having them go back and forth, it was awesome. So, yeah, good memories of Vader.
Yeah, no, I said he'd be missed. I think he was trying to make a comeback of some sort, or that it was rumored after his surgery, but just he did a lot of stuff in Japan, from what I understand too. So he was very well liked there.
Him and Stan Hansen did a lot of stuff in Japan. That's the match where his eye damn near popped out and he pushed it back in during the match.
I think that story is on that Table for Three. So if you ever want to watch Table for Three, it's really good. So let's start with NXT Chicago. First matchup, we had the Undisputed Era, Kyle O'Reilly and Roderick Strong, who are the tag team champions, or the NXT tag team champions, with Adam Cole.
Not anymore.
Let's not get into that. Let's talk about Chicago. Defeated Oney Lorcan and Danny Burch. For that match, we all picked the Undisputed Era to win, and they did. That match was surprisingly good. I think even in our last podcast, we said that this could potentially steal the show, be one of the show stealers, and they did not disappoint. Waiting for any comment. That's the pause.
Big Ralph. Did Big Ralph even see it?
No, Big Ralph had no time to see it.
Wow, you've had
Big
damn
Ralph
near...
is from Colombia, and Big Ralph has been watching. Hey, Big Ralph saw SmackDown and Raw.
Dude, Columbia played Tuesday. You had Sunday, Monday, yesterday.
No. Big Ralph has been watching soccer all the time.
All day, every day.
All day, every day.
Okay, so I watched it, and I thought it was a lot better than I was expecting. When I saw the match, and as it progressed, I was like, you know what, man? This match is really freaking good. I thought there would be more interference from Adam Cole. There was, but not as much. But it surprised me how good it was. I didn't think it was going to be that good.
Yeah, again, I think we mentioned it, and watching it, you just said that. I think if we were to rank matches, it's probably number 2. The second, the first one, which we haven't gotten into, and then that would probably be the second one.
I have a hard time picking. I know what the best match was, but 2 and 3, I have a really hard time picking.
Oh, you're 2 and 3. I think this is 2, but we can go into the next one. Which was the second match was a Velveteen Dream versus Ricochet. Velveteen Dream was defeated by Ricochet. The only person who picked Ricochet to go over was yours truly.
Damn it.
Yeah, damn it. Well, damn it for you, not damn it for me.
Yeah. I thought Dream had it because he's lost so much on pay-per-view. I thought he had it, but I guess I can't talk. They like the new shiny toy Ricochet, so I don't know. I just hope Dream doesn't become one of those guys that are like gate bearers or gatekeepers, where like you beat them and then you start progressing, because that would be really sad.
I think, and I said it in the last one, I think that Ricochet's debut was at the last TakeOver in a ladder match, which he didn't win. And you can't just have your new guy come in and lose. You put money into him. He's a well-known name. Velveteen Dream, even though he's making waves here, you didn't get a chance really to showcase Ricochet in the ladder match. So this is a way to get him
Not really
over.
true though, because Kyle O'Reilly lost his first match in NXT.
Right, but then now he's a champion. You know what I mean? And it was to just introduce him, and then you introduce the faction.
I have a question.
What?
Out as the Hollywood Dream, or
The Hollywood Dream.
Oh, because of what he was wearing?
yes.
Oh, Hollywood Hogan?
Because he came in the Hogan gear.
That's not Hollywood Hogan. That's more American.
Well,
American
now wait a
Hogan.
minute. Now when he was still Hollywood Hogan when he was wearing the red and yellow.
That was faux Hollywood Hogan.
It was
that
Hollywood Hulk Hogan, not Hollywood Hogan.
It wasn't the legit black and white Hollywood Hogan.
But he had the boa.
It don't matter. It was.
He was still wearing the boas.
It was proxy Hollywood
He had
Hogan.
he had the black and white boas.
I don't know. That was a far departure and shadow of the Hollywood Hogan that I grew up and my namesake. So I don't consider that Hollywood Hogan.
All right. So the next match of the night was Shayna Baszler, who was the NXT Women's Champion, or is the NXT's Women's Champion, defeating Nikki Cross by technical submission. We all picked Nikki. Did we all pick Nikki?
Yes.
Yeah, we all picked Nikki. We all lost that one. Probably the weakest match of the night. With the two, but an interesting match and how it ended. What did you guys think?
Didn't care for it at all.
No. Well, do you think it's Shayna? Do you think she needs more experience before? Do you think she should be holding that title?
I don't think it's Shayna because I love her hero persona and what she brings to the table.
Yeah,
She's a
but
bully.
her persona is great, but I don't know if her in-ring work is very crisp.
For the type of wrestler that she is, she's more of an MMA fighter. So like she fights. She doesn't really wrestle. But I think the way that Nikki Cross is portrayed, being crazy, running around, I don't... Because I've seen her wrestle as Nikki Glenn Cross and Nikki Storm. Like, I've seen her wrestle as, like, a normal person. But when she turns into Nikki Cross, it's like... I don't know, man. She just... It reminds me of a mix between Cactus Jack and Terry Funk, but without any of the technical know-how. She just kind of just goes wild.
I don't think Cactus Jack really had any technical know-how, man.
That's why. No, he did.
What? Did an armbar?
No, watch WCW. He wrestled technical.
Oh, I'm thinking WWE. I'm thinking Mankind, Cactus Jack, those characters in WWE. I don't know about the WCW stuff. He had no technical prowess. It was brawling, man. Even Stone Cold was brawling.
After he got hurt.
Right, but it was still brawling.
I don't know. I think that her character needs to be refined. Because if you're going to wrestle as that character, you need to do something in the ring other than what you're doing because it's not working. And she just kind of just gave up. She just going to laugh and let Shayna choke her out. I'm like, dude, you can't do that, man. Like, at least, I don't know, man. I don't like it at all. I think this is the weakest NXT women's match I've seen since I've started watching NXT.
Well, I mean, even for the character, Cross never tapped out. She only passed out. So it kind of goes. Like I said, it was an interesting ending, and it goes with the character.
And where does Shayna go from here? Kairi Sane, what's her name? Candice LeRae. Like, where do you go? Because most of the women on the roster are heels.
I don't know. I'm kind of kind of curious what they do. If they keep her going with Nikki because she never really tapped out, you can go with that storyline, or you introduce a new person. They already did Dakota Kai, and I think they need to build her up a little bit more before they... I don't think they have anybody in the women's division that's built up enough, besides Nikki Cross, to go... Maybe Kairi Sane.
That's probably why they kept her in NXT.
Yeah. What? You mean Nikki Cross? Yeah. I honestly think that's why they kept her. They didn't move her up with Sanity. So the NXT Championship match was next. We had Aleister Black defeating Lars Sullivan. At the end of the match, Sullivan attempted the freak accident. Black countered to perform 2 Black Masses on Sullivan to retain the title. Sullivan's first pinfall loss in NXT.
Got him.
Question.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because I'm watching the highlights as we talk.
Oh.
Is it me or was there a black mass that he just missed, completely did not hit Sullivan?
Yeah.
And Sullivan just went down.
The back of the head.
Yeah. Okay. I thought so. It looked kind of weird. I was like...
Yeah, even the commentator said, oh, he barely connected, but he got enough of it. I'm just like, no, he didn't.
Well, you have to say something.
Yeah.
All right,
It's just,
so yeah.
no, it looked weird, so I thought I would bring it up.
Well, I mean, it looked weird. We had almost a week to have since we seen it, since you're kind of refreshing your memory, you know. So Marcus and I picked Aleister Black. Ralph picked Lars Sullivan. We got the points. Ralph, you did not.
I did not.
You did not.
I was hoping they would keep him as a monster. That way, when he moved up, he could rival the monster.
Who, Kane?
Oh, what Kane? Kane is the red machine. Was it the
The demon?
No, yeah, he's the devil's favorite son.
The demon Kane?
The Demon Kane.
Okay.
My favorite version of Kane is still going to be...
The red machine.
No, it's still going to be Corporate Kane.
Yeah, that was fun.
Corporate Kane.
Corporate Kane versus Constable Corbin.
Constable Baron?
Constable Baron.
No, it wouldn't be Corporate Kane anymore. It'd be Mayor Kane.
That's corporate? Or
well, it's not corporate.
No, that's not corporate. That's political.
Yeah.
He's political Kane.
Political Kane. All right, so the last match was Gargano.
Wait, hold on.
What?
We didn't give our opinions about the match.
Oh. I mean, what else? Well, I mean, I think it's number 3 on the card.
Not for me, no.
What, you think Undisputed Era was number 3?
I think Gargano, Ciampa, Undisputed, Ricochet, Dream. I'm putting Black Sullivan last. Not last, but 4th. And here's my reason why. Because I like Aleister Black. I like Lars Sullivan. I don't think that Black connects to the crowd the way he should as being the champion.
That's not his character.
No, but I mean, he's your champion. You want to have some...
It's not the character.
No, you want to have some emotional investment if that guy's going to be your top babyface. He's a champ. Makes him a top babyface. You want to have some type of emotional connection, and I feel that is lacking. He's cool. Love what he does in the ring, but I don't feel...
But I think the fans like the fact that he's so disconnected. They like that mysterious presence that he gives off.
I mean, I can see that, but
Yep.
even characters that do have the, like, Undertaker.
Yeah, I was going to say Undertaker's disconnected if you think about it.
No, but you care about Undertaker. Like, he
You
does
care
stuff
about Undertaker because you're going into 20, 30 years of freaking Undertaker.
Yeah, his character has evolved, and you've
evolved with him.
Seen him exactly. You have seen him since you were a little kid, so you've seen him evolve with you.
And you
So
think Black
you
can do
have
that?
I don't know if Black. I don't know if he has that.
That it factor.
That Undertaker it factor. He could probably have it, but as of right now, I can't really.
But like you said, the Undertaker character changed during time. We're just seeing Black where we are now, where he is in his career, and whether he connects or not. I mean, I think if you give it time, sometimes it's not the character, but the matches. We've all connected with his matches. His matches have been phenomenal. This is probably one of the lower ones, I guess you'd say, in the grouping that he's had. You know?
That's what I'm getting to with Sullivan. Sullivan does some things like you can tell why Black and you can tell why Sullivan aren't in NXT. One, because
they are in NXT.
Yeah, but I'm telling you why they are not the main roster.
Oh, you said they aren't in NXT.
I said they are.
Oh, I heard aren't.
Yeah, I heard aren't too.
I don't know what you're listening to. So this is why they're in NXT. One, because Black needs to find that thing that helps him connect with the crowd, and Sullivan, he's a big guy. He's a quote unquote monster, but some of his mannerisms aren't needed, and he does the same mannerisms over and over again. And I'm just like, dude, why are you? Because everything in wrestling is supposed to be big, right? Big movements to make everything seen, but he over emotes, and sometimes it takes away from what he's doing. I think he needs less movement in the ring, or less mannerisms for him to be really effective. I'm not sure if you saw the same thing I did, but
I mean, but he's almost like a Braun Strowman monster type. So he
is.
has to have those big moves. He's got
But
to
when
have
you
that
do it,
animated thing.
yeah, but when you do it 2 or 3 times in a row,
I mean,
watch the match over. You'll see what I'm
I
talking
guess I
about.
have to watch it over.
Like it looks like it feels like he did too much.
I could see it being over the Dream being under the Dream Ricochet match. I could see it being number 3.
You don't have to agree with me.
Well, no, I mean, if you,
No,
I'm trying to think of the
you made
match.
some good points.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of the two matches, and comparing them in my head because I'm trying to remember them. And yeah, but they're different matches. That's the thing, You've got, you've got two really high-powered, aerial, big move type spot people in one match, and you've got a guy who's more ground and pound, with another guy who's pretty much a striker. So they're two different matches, so it could go either way, I guess. Depends. It's your preference on that one, and it's all preference in a way.
And who am I to knock anybody's preference?
Yeah, definitely after this score. So that was the last match was was Gargano versus Ciampa in the Chicago Street Fight. I'm trying to remember. Besides them fighting all over the damn spot. So it ended. How did it end?
It
With
ended
a,
with
with a,
Ciampa
with a
winning.
DDT?
Gargano uses a pair of cuffs, to tie Ciampa to perform super kicks on Ciampa, who was kneeling. He applied the Gargano escape.
Say that again?
Gargano escape.
Exactly.
But officials have forced Gargano to leave Ciampa. Gargano then proceeded to exit the ring in order to attack the officials. However, when Gargano attempted to enter the ring after driving the way, Ciampa performed an elevated DDT onto the exposed floorboard and Gargano to score the win. So this is, we can. I don't know about if there's a debate on this one, but this is the number one. I would say this is the best match of the night.
Hey man, they don't call him Johnny Main Event for nothing.
No 5-star match, Johnny. No Johnny Wrestling. Johnny Main Event. No, this is not why. But this is the best match of the night, and the only person who predicted it right, the only person out of the three of us who picked Ciampa to go over, was me. That was me. None of you. You two didn't. I want to recap. I got 4 out of the 5 matches right. 4 out of the 5 matches right. Ralph, you came in with only 1 match right.
Hey, that's all I needed.
That's the what the next
And
scene.
Hollywood, you had 2.
I was trying to make it entertaining for you. I was like, okay, maybe you guys can beat me.
So
Wow!
that's so fucked up. So at the end of that,
Big Ralph is still Big Ralph.
so you would have to see the surprise on my face when the points tally came in. I came 41. I was in the lead. 40 Ralph and 36 Hollywood. So I was, of course, I was bragging. And then the money in the bank.
Yes, Big Ralph saw that bragging, and Big Ralph told you, hey, don't count your chickens until they're hatched.
But you know what though? Gargano should have won that match. He had it won. He would have won it. He just would have let him carry him away, but he didn't.
Nah, he couldn't let them carry him away. He needed to just whoop him.
Whoop them.
Yes, after all the pain and suffering, he needed to just destroy him. To steal someone's catchphrase, he needed to delete him.
Well, he did, and
Great match though.
great match. So that was a good match. So, like I said, if we were ranking, this would be number 1. I still say Undisputed Era with number 2.
Do they continue with this feud though? Because
yeah, I think you
how do
got
you
one
top
more.
that?
You have to do one more. Well, look at Okada Omega.
They went what 4?
They went 4. You got to do one more of this because
Have they not done already 3 or 4
I mean,
matches?
if you count the Cruiserweight Classic, this is the 3rd one. But as in feud-wise, this is the 2nd one.
Okay, then yeah, you need one more.
You need one more, and I don't know what else they could do. They pretty much had two.
They need to find the ring.
No, Hell in a Cell. do the first Do the first NXT Hell in a Cell match.
Oh, that would be interesting.
Oh,
Hell in a Cell, yeah, that would be cool. I mean, you have to do. I think it's Cell is pretty much it at this point, right? You did a regular match, right? You did a no disqualification street fight, and then you got to do a Cell. I guess the Cell would finish it, huh?
Pretty much. And give me more of that Candice LeRae.
Let Candice get on her own, please, man. Let her not be in that storyline. I can't handle her in the storyline. I don't think she's needed.
I just want to see her out there.
All right, well, let her wrestle. Let her go for the title. That'd be fun.
Okay.
All right, so let's go to Money in the Bank. Money in the Bank started with the pre-show, which was the Bludgeon Brothers, Harper Rowan, who were the SmackDown Tag Team Champions, defeating Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson of the Good Brothers. I picked Gallows and Anderson. You guys picked Bludgeon Brothers.
Why'd you do that?
I thought they deserved it.
You know, Mitch Mahan, just because you deserve it doesn't mean you're going to get it.
I thought that it would be good to have a change because I thought the Good Brothers could be a formidable people against the Bludgeon Brothers. But I was wrong. Their match on SmackDown was pretty good, though, too.
Didn't see that one,
Yeah.
I don't think. Or I wasn't paying attention because I already knew the outcome.
So, that one match just tied my lead.
And Big Ralph pulls ahead.
Not pulls ahead, ties. Big Ralph ties.
Hey. Wait until the next match.
So, as you can tell, after that, it just went down there hill for me. In a bad way. All right, so...
That's bad. Where am I? Because, wow.
No, but I mean, I'll do the tally of what the totals were on the pay-per-view, and it's not good. So, second match was Daniel Bryan defeating the now departed and left the company, was fired, was good on your, wishing you on your future endeavors.
They didn't, though.
No, they didn't, actually. No. In the post, they didn't. Big Cass lost by submission. It's a good match.
Big Ralph lost that one.
Yep. You were the only one who put Big Cass. Myself and Marcus picked Daniel Bryan, which then proceeded to give me the lead again. Which is probably the only other time in this pay-per-view that I'm actually going to have the lead.
I need more wine.
No. You kept the lead for from that match to the next match.
Yeah, I did, because the next match was Bobby Lashley and Sami Zayn.
Lashley,
which we saw
Ashley.
Bobby Lashley defeat Sami Zayn, which we all picked that one.
Yes,
that was a given.
Yeah,
he was going to beat him.
Yeah, it was an okay match. It wasn't too crazy. I don't know. I thought he could have done more. You know, Sami Zayn's always good with putting on matches with people, and I don't think they gave him enough time.
He's hurt though. He's out for a while. He had surgery.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yep.
I think maybe that's why they didn't do a lot more with him. I don't know if he got hurt during the match or after the match. But
I mean, Lashley did 3 vertical suplexes.
The delayed ones.
The delayed ones. I mean, Sami Zayn's vertigo must be pretty bad at this point.
He has super vertigo.
I don't know what it is either, but he's not connecting. I don't think Bobby Lashley. He gets lukewarm reactions and everything. I'm not sure if because of the promos, the angle, the story, but
I think it's the personality that they have him do. That happy-go-lucky blue chippers. Like, hey, it's the same thing that they did with The Rock when he first came out, when he was Rocky Maivia, and he's like, hey, I'm happy to be here. Oh, I lost. Hey, I'm happy anyways. Like, no.
Maybe he should go heel. Because in TNA he
it
was
looks like they're going to put him in a program with Reigns now, so that might be good.
You know what, though?
What?
Bobby Lashley said in an interview that if you want to get people to cheer Roman Reigns, put him against Lashley, and people will cheer Roman Reigns. So maybe he's getting his wish.
Maybe.
Because right now, I'm just like, he's supposed to be a Brock Lesnar replacement, but right now it's like Lesnar has a certain aura about him that makes you go, oh wow, it's Lesnar. But Lashley is kind of like, oh okay, hi Lashley. So
Yeah, I don't think that.
Lashley seems approachable. Like
Yeah.
you can just go up to him, and you'll have a good time. Well, with Brock Lesnar, it's like, damn, like no, I don't even want to get near him. He's gonna destroy me.
Well, you also have to have a good babyface to go against that type of heel.
Agreed, but I like you don't have to have him be this happy-go-lucky babyface. You could have him be like a Braun Strowman type and just destroy people left and right.
I don't know. Maybe.
Turn him heel.
Well, maybe they'll have him go heel with the Roman Reigns angle that they're kind of hinting at.
That's not gonna work.
The Roman Reigns that should go heel but never goes heel.
Anybody who goes against Roman is automatically a face, except for Jinder Mahal, because I fell asleep during that match.
So let's talk about the next match, which was Seth Rollins, the Intercontinental Champion, versus Elias, which was a pretty decent match. I actually enjoyed this match. In the end, though, Rollins pins Elias with the schoolboy while grabbing the tights. Yep. And he retains the title. The only person who picked Rollins was Ralph.
Yep.
His inside sources.
Inside sources. He just never bets against Rollins. If though we were going over the matches in Raw, if he would have bet against Rollins this past week, he would have lost. Because the same way he won the Intercontinental Championship against Elias, he lost it to Dolph Ziggler, who is now a 6-time Intercontinental Champion.
No, you never bet against CrossFit Jesus in a pay-per-view.
He's Mr. Pay-Per-View?
I thought he was Mr. Monday Night Rollins.
That too.
He's Mr. Everything right now.
I'm surprised he lost, but hopefully it's because they want to give him something greater. Hint, hint, the Universal title, hopefully.
Oh, hopefully.
Maybe. Well, they do have, I don't know if you saw Raw, they do have that, what's it called?
Gauntlet match.
The multi-man gauntlet match where he might be part of it, which is why he lost the title.
I hope so. But, I mean, I was surprised by Elias. I think he did. Because I know Elias can hold his own in promos and mics, but I was interested to see what he would do against somebody the caliber of wrestler that Rollins is, and he didn't disappoint. He actually held his own.
No, he did really good in this one. I like Elias in promo, but his in-ring work was a little wasn't sure. But this one he looked really good. Somebody commented, I don't remember if it was a conversation I had with one of you two or just a comment I saw that, when Ziggler won the belt, that during the interview that Drew McIntyre wasn't looking at Ziggler, but he was looking at the belt most of the time when he was congratulating him. So the idea is that Drew is going to turn on Ziggler for the Intercontinental, which could be why they took it off of Rollins. Like you said, Rollins goes after the Universal, and then we have Ziggler and McIntyre in some type of feud.
I would really love to see McIntyre with the title.
He would be good. So the next match was the Women's Money in the Bank match, which we saw Ember Moon, Charlotte Flair, Alexa Bliss, Becky Lynch, Natalya, Naomi, Lana, and Sasha Banks. And we all picked. You two picked Natalya. I went Sasha. None of us were correct.
Nope.
In the end, Lynch was trying to retrieve the briefcase. Then all of a sudden, Alexa Bliss, pushed the ladder, causing Lynch to fall, and Bliss retrieves the briefcase to win the match. Did anybody think Lexi should have had it? I don't know. I didn't know if it was the right move when I watched it. But I have to say, I wanted to say when we get back to it, but I thought, and you guys could, this is my opinion, of course, that the women, the whole night, actually had some of the best matches. All the women matches were really good, in my opinion.
Yes.
Except for the finish of one, but we'll get to that.
Okay, but the finish was one thing, but
the match itself.
The match
itself
was pretty good. And the finish was great because it gave me an extra point.
But I think the women's match was better than the men's match. I think the
Money
spots
in
were
the Bank.
better. Yeah.
Yeah, I did too.
No, I like the men's match because it gave me the win.
That doesn't matter.
Yeah, but also you have to think the men's match was a little bit different because the men had to find a way to deal with Braun Strowman. So you had to do something to get him out of the match for majority of the time.
The monster of men.
Now Naomi's shaping up to be the Kofi Kingston of all these matches, isn't she?
Yeah, no, she put some pretty good spots in there.
Did you say matches?
Matches. He did say
Matches.
matches.
I said matches. I didn't say matches. I said matches.
Sounded like matches.
It's all good though, man. I do the same thing. It's
Yeah,
okay.
no, he says they shouldn't be in NXT, and he said they are, so we don't know.
Wait, what?
What? So none of us won that one. Alexa Bliss goes up, gets the title. Some great spots
Mr.
in that
Sands,
one. What?
last podcast, you were deciding to pick either Alexa or
Sasha. I said a heel should have the briefcase.
And the heel got it.
Aren't you kicking yourself for not picking Alexa? For not picking the goddess?
Yeah, I guess I should have. I just thought that they used her so much already with the title picture that they needed to boost Sasha a little bit more, so that's why I picked Sasha. But yeah, I'm kicking myself.
That was most of the criticism I saw online, is that Alexa's been in the title picture for a good 2 years now between SmackDown and Raw. She was a SmackDown Women's Champion, came over to Raw, won that title, now she has it again. And a lot of people are saying, use some money in the bank to establish somebody new, or give somebody an opportunity where they normally wouldn't have it. So why give it to somebody who just lost the championship, in April? So 2 months ago? It's like, why would you do that? But I don't know.
I don't know either. Maybe there's plans. I mean, well, we'll talk about why. I'll give you my reasons why I think after we get to one of the other matches. So after this great money...
Hold on.
What?
I know what it is.
No, all right, well, wait. Well, after this great women's Money in the Bank match, we go to the equally greater Roman Reigns and Jinder Mahal match.
Yeah. Sure.
I know you fell asleep during this match, or so you say.
I did. I fell asleep and I woke up at the
because-
beginning of the next match.
So,
That's how great it was.
yeah.
I didn't.
well,
No,
you know what? The match wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. I mean, if you take all the stuff that the crowd, and I really think that the crowd is a big factor in these matches that's causing them to feel like they're bad. But if you watch the match without sound, it's not a bad match.
Now,
I
look,
just-
I'm
I
gonna
don't care.
tell you something. My favorite part of the whole match is when he beats up on poor Singh, the poor Singh brother.
Right.
Sunil
So let's preface this. Mahal was accompanied by an injured, quote unquote, Sunil Singh, who came in a wheelchair. At one point in the match, Singh gets up out of the chair and pushes Reigns into the ring post, showing us that he wasn't injured, that it was fake. Wow, who knew that? During the match, though, Reigns performs a Superman punch and a spear on Singh because he tried to do it again, then he turned around. Of course, referee saw it, then does all that. Mahal then covers Reigns with a small package for the near fall. In the end, though, Reigns performs the spear on Mahal for the win.
Oh, that happened?
All that happened.
Oh, wow.
All that happened. He
So-
fell asleep for a long time.
I literally, I was like, I'm trying to watch the match. I don't like either one of the people in the match. Don't care. Fell asleep.
I picked Jinder to win because of a distraction by Singh. That did not happen, but you two both picked Roman Reigns. Of course, that did happen. Bad on my part, but I was right. If I would have got some extra points if he lost because of interference from Singh.
Was that stipulated in the spreadsheet? Do I have that written down?
I have that written down, so it must have happened.
Oh, okay.
I write it as we go, so that means because I don't trust the last time you did one of these spreadsheets, your points were all crazy. So
Hey, but it got fixed in the end, right?
yeah, it got fixed in the end. So after that beautiful match that everybody either did beach balls or did the wave or whatever else they did, we had Carmella defending her WWE SmackDown Women's Championship against Asuka. The match was pretty good, I have to say. Carmella is coming into her own.
It was better than I expected it to be.
You can't deny that. But in the end, Asuka was distracted by a person masquerading in her kabuki outfit, I guess you'd say. When the masked figure revealed himself, it was returning James Ellsworth. Carmella took advantage of it, performed, I guess her finishing move is called the Princess Kick. on Asuka and retains the title. Just so you know, Carmella is the first woman to actually pin Asuka in a WWE ring.
That's a shame.
So I'm the only one who picked Carmella.
That's a travesty. That's not a shame. That's a travesty.
I'm the, look,
I call it do-over.
I don't call it do-over because it gave me a win plus extra point because of James Ellsworth. Both of you picked Asuka. Sorry, guys. I had already lost the lead by this point, so it doesn't really matter.
Think about it though. Like, okay, I think Asuka should be portrayed as what she was in NXT. She needs to just walk in the ring and destroy people, right? I think Carmella got way too much offense in, and I think at the end of the match when Asuka was distracted, I mean, she stood there for like a good 2 minutes, like staring at him, like, dude, you're Asuka. You don't get scared. You don't get rattled. Like, what are you doing? And then when he took his mask off, she's just gonna scream, and it's just like, why? Why? That's not Asuka.
You know what that whole segment reminded me of is when I forget who Stone Cold was facing, and all of a sudden you see a fan come out and dressed in Stone Cold gear with a Stone Cold face mask, and then he reveals himself to be Mick Mahana, and I'm like, no, I did not like it when they did it. I do not like it now.
Yeah, it's no. I was hoping that Carmella only had to transition it over to Asuka, and the fusion will continue, so she might still get it. But it's just like, come on, man, like that's not believable.
Well, I don't care. It gave me points, man. That's all I care about.
Wow, you don't care about the product or?
I do care about the product. I didn't think it was time for Carmella to lose it. I think that it was a good idea to have James Ellsworth come back. It works good for her favor. It also makes her, because we still don't believe Carmella can beat these people. So having a person there to help her is perfect.
It makes her more believable.
Right. Also, it gives them somebody to beat up. You know, like everybody doesn't mind Ellsworth getting his butt kicked. You know.
Did he come back uglier?
Jesus.
Honestly, wow. I didn't even. I don't know how to.
I don't know how to answer that one. But he came back to a pop though.
Yeah, he got a pop.
He got a pop.
Because he's never mind.
Whatever. So next match. What?
The point I was going to make. I think Mick Mahan has a thing for pretty blondes because both your champions are pretty blondes, and they're more worthy contenders on both rosters, Raw and SmackDown. But yet, who does Vince go to? The pretty blondes. So I think there's a conspiracy here.
But Ronda Rousey was a pretty blonde.
Yeah,
we'll get to that match, but I'm just saying.
But look who the champion is, though.
I don't know would you call Rousey a blonde? I think she's more brunette.
Dirty blonde.
She's a dirty blonde.
I don't know.
Not saying she's dirty, but
let's talk. We'll get into that, but let's talk about AJ Styles defending his WWE Championship against Shinsuke Nakamura in a Last Man Standing match.
I ranked this second match of the weekend.
What's first, Gargano and Ciampa?
Yep.
Yes, I thought it was their best match by far from all the ones that I've seen.
Yeah, definitely was the best match by far. Looks like they didn't hold anything back. Love the spots. They did a whole bunch of stuff.
The Styles clash from the steps.
Styles clash from the steps, missing the forearm. Nakamura's whole pleading, "Please don't hurt me, please don't hurt me," and then at the end saying, "Come on," and then getting the phenomenal forearm through the broadcast table.
Nuts. You have to call it the knee to the nuts.
Yeah.
The kick to the nuts. Sorry, I found that hilarious.
Dude, when he kicked Nakamura, you heard it. I was like, I grinned. I was like, wow.
No, it was great.
It was honestly, it was so out of character for AJ that I was like, nice.
Yeah, it was good. It was very good.
Wait, Big Ralph, how did you see this, but you didn't see NXT?
Oh, because this is on Sunday. Everyone had already left home on Sunday, and Saturday, after the games, I was actually cleaning up for Sunday, which was Father's Day. So happy belated Father's Day to every father who listens to us, if there's any.
I am the father of you geekly, so thank you.
You're welcome.
So
I hope that answers your question.
that does. Who picked? We all picked. No, we all picked Shinsuke.
We all picked Shinsuke Nakamura.
We
thought it
all
was his
picked
son.
Shinsuke. We thought he was going to get it. He did not. Nobody gets the point on that one.
The feud's over. He's going after Jeff Hardy now.
Yeah, that looks interesting. Now, talking about that, as Jeff Hardy, is that get up? Is everybody thinking that's Brother Nero get up?
That's more Willow the Wisp, I think.
Who?
Willow the Wisp.
Willow the Wisp. Okay. Well, whoever it is, it looked cool.
Hold on, let me pull up a picture of Willow. Just to make sure I know what I'm talking about, so people listening to this don't scream at their whatever their listening device.
Well, let's talk. While he looks that up, let's talk about the match that followed this. It was Nia Jax defending the WWE Raw's Women Champion against Ronda Rousey. Ronda win. Okay, so the match in a whole was pretty good. I don't know if Ronda was blown up or because whatever she was doing, she was selling like amazing. Like she looked like she was just fighting for her life. I don't know if it was because she was just winded or, she just was a great actress because she fell through the ropes. You know what I mean?
No, it's Brother Nero. It's more Brother Nero than anything else.
She fell through the ropes, so I thought, wow, that either she was exhausted. I didn't know if that was on purpose. It was an accident. So whatever she did it amazing.
It had to be selling.
Huh?
It had to be selling because when she kicked it up a notch, like she really kicked it up a notch.
That's true. And her, taking the chance off the top rope with a crossbody. In the end, though, Ronda Rousey applies the armbar to Jax. As we don't know if Jax is going to tap out or not, because all of a sudden Alexa Bliss comes in with her money bank briefcase, causes disqualification, which makes Rousey win, attacks Rousey, then attacks Jax, she cashes in, she performs a DDT, then a Twisted Bliss, and now she holds the title again.
This makes her, a 4-time woman champion?
5-time. Because she wrote on her Twitter that she is 5 Feet of Fury and 5-time champion.
So is she a 5-time? 5-time?
No.
5-time?
No.
I'm sorry, I had to say it. I had to do it.
So
you might catch up to Trish at this point.
Oh man, yeah. Well, there's 2 different titles, so we all picked Ronda Rousey to win. You two, what, Ralph? I have Ralph. What did it say on your spreadsheet? Where's your spreadsheet?
Cash In by Natalia.
Yeah, you said Cash In by Natalia, so.
Doesn't matter. It's still points. It's a cash in.
I'll leave it up to you guys.
Oh my god, I just gotta.
I think even if you take the 1 point away from me, I'm still gonna win.
Alright, so.
What happened?
So we all picked Ronda. We all get that point for the disqualification because it's still a win. I just got a urgent message. The Undisputed Era regains the NXT Tag Team Champion from Mustache Mountain.
Yes.
During a taping in Full Sail University.
Oh,
it was a rematch. Strong and O'Reilly. This will air Tuesday as part of the UK tour special on the WWE Network. So,
justice has been served.
There you go.
This officially makes Roger Strong the champ because I didn't like how he just was given the title. Now he's actually legitimately won it. So,
you think maybe that's why they did it?
They probably did it because they were in London. Because who was it? Mustache Mountain won the title in England, and since you're in England doing like a special taping, you kind of want to give the England crowd something to cheer about. So you give the title to your English competitors, and then when you get back to the States, you just have them lose it again.
Makes sense.
Yeah, that always happened to William Regal. Whenever William Regal was in the UK for a Raw taping or whatever, he will win this really big match. And I remember he won the IC title during an England taping. He just lost it maybe like 2 or 3 weeks later on Raw. So
Well, we got we did the Ronda Rousey great match.
she
So now
looked good.
she looked good. So she's really becoming legitimate. I'm actually enjoying her matches, and I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's just because I don't know if she's going to fail or get out. But I get excited or I get perked up when I see her match. I don't know if it's because I want to see how well she does or I'm wanting her to do well. I don't know what it is, but I'm
her
enjoying it.
offense
You just want to see who can take on her, who can take her on. Sorry.
Well, I mean, and this goes to what we were talking about earlier. Why give it to Bliss and take it off Nia? Well, if we saw on Raw this past week, Ronda Rousey just took out everybody. Freaking powerbomb Bliss into the table, took out Kurt, took out officials. She just went on as I think Hollywood said, stone cold on everybody, and it was great. And I think that's a good. I think. It's still legitimate. Nia is still legitimate. Like, could she have beat her? Was she going to beat her? There's still that question to have that go down the line for like a rematch. But but the idea of Ronda Rousey beating Little Miss Bliss makes more sense.
You want to hear my theory?
What's your theory, sir?
I think in the interim, while Ronda is suspended, Nia gets her rematch and loses, and then Rousey comes back after 30 days because I think the next pay-per-view, which is Extreme Rules, is 6 weeks away. So you have literally a month. Rousey takes off, comes back, demands her rematch because she never got her fair shot at the title, and absolutely destroys Nia.
Well, technically, she beat the champion, so she is due for another match since she technically beat the champion.
Yep, there were shenanigans, and she's going to get her title match and wreck Alexa. I don't want to see Alexa get wrecked because you know how I like Alexa.
Yeah.
But she's going to get massacred brutally.
Well, it's about damn time. She needs to get off that title, right?
I don't.
Right.
I don't know. I'm not going to say anything bad about Alexa.
No. She's great. Actually, when she has the title, it's good.
Actually,
She's really good
away.
heel. She's a really good heel. She'll handle that title very well. She'll get all the heat, and it'll make it much more satisfying when she gets beat. Right?
Hollywood.
What?
It's 4 weeks away. It's July 15. Extreme Rules. So it's not in time for the 30-day suspension.
Oh.
So then Nia will get a rematch at Extreme Rules. And
I don't like that.
Yeah.
I don't like that. Well, suspensions never hold up. She'll probably be back before 30 days anyway.
Well, we'll see. I mean, it depends where they're going to go. So the last match, the main event of the night, was the men's Money in the Bank ladder match, which we had Braun Strowman, Bobby Roode, Finn Balor, Kevin Owens, Kofi Kingston, who was the person that was representing the New Day, Rusev, Samoa Joe, and The Miz. Winner was the Monster in the Bank, Braun Strowman. Ralph was the only one who picked Braun to win.
I thought Hollywood had picked Braun.
Nope, it was just you.
Oh.
You picked Braun. Hollywood picked Samoa Joe. I picked Rusev. I picked Xavier. Marcus picked Kofi, and Ralph picked Big E. So Marcus got the extra point for Kofi, but then Ralph got the point for Strowman winning.
Yep.
The Monster Among Men.
Monster Among Men, who's now the Monster in the Bank, which again, I think this match was... Ralph, you said I thought the women did better. This was a different match, though, because
I just said that the men did better because I got the win.
Oh, that's right.
The women's match was better.
Yeah, I think it was just also a different dynamic. You also had the, like I said, you had to get rid of Braun. So are we going to see, the
whole coming into the match, people are like, oh, well, he can take on the 3 Raw superstars, but can he take on the other 7, like everyone against him? And this just showed that he is the monster among men.
Dude,
Like he
with
is.
everything that he did, he better not lose to one F5 again. If he does, I swear, I'll just stop watching. I'll give it up.
I think
If he loses to one F5, I'm going to do the one thing that Hollywood has been promising to do, but I will follow up on it. I will quit WWE and I will start watching New Japan only.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Hell, I may even watch Impact.
Sure, why not? Let's watch Impact, ROH, everything but WWE.
Well, that'd be great because we have more to talk about. You guys could bring those segments in. I could bring other segments in. That would be awesome. We can have different variety of things happening.
I'll talk to Cody, see if I can be all in, too.
There you go. Hey, get some of that money. So at the end of this, the pay-per-view points, Hallie went 7 for Hollywood. He got 7 right out of the 10 matches, 11 matches of the night.
I'm still in last place. How the hell?
Ralph got 7 out of the 10. I only got 4. That brought the point system to
I'm catching up, though.
47. Ralph 45. Me and Hollywood coming in again. 43.
43? Oh, okay, that's right. I do have 43.
40. Well, it's your spreadsheet, so.
That sounds too low, but you're right. You're right.
You started at 36. You only got 2 matches, and then you got 7. Oh, sorry. Yeah, you started at 34. You were 36, and now you're 43.
So I got 9 points.
Yep.
I did damn good. Come at me.
So I pretty much got the same amount of points for both freaking pay-per-views.
Ralph only needed 8 points. Big Ralph only needed 8 points to stay in the lead.
So basically, I can call NXT, but I can't call the main roster. Damn it.
Dude, Ralph only got 1 on NXT. He's still in the lead.
I know. Isn't that sad?
I thought it was a booker too. Maybe I'm not as good as I thought it was.
We all know that. If anybody watched the stream last night, they'll see that.
What's your 205 Live report of the week?
205 Live report of the week. All you need to know, all you need to see on 205 Live is the triple threat match between Hideo Itami, Mustafa Ali, and Buddy Murphy. Check that match out. It's a great match. Hideo gets the win. Spoiler, I guess. Hideo gets the win by some shenanigans. But in the end, it was just a great match overall. I'm telling you, I don't know where they were hiding Buddy Murphy out in NXT, but he's putting on some of the best matches I've ever seen.
It was Alexa. She did it.
She was keeping him down, huh?
Hey, man. They're still together, but I guess she was like, just wait. I can't have you break out until I break out. So she broke out, and now she's letting him break out. So you know how it is.
I think that probably Triple H knew that he was this good, and they had to figure out a way to get him out. And now, also, they signed Lilo Rush, so we'll see Lilo Rush on 205 Live soon.
What happened to Buddy Murphy's Buddy? I can't. Damn it, Buddy.
Wesley Blake.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. He hasn't been around.
Is he hurt?
I don't think so. I think he's just.
That's the Google machine.
That's what I'm doing
I just
right
think
now.
he's doing like house shows. When they travel.
I don't know. Let's see.
I don't know either.
He's still signed to WWE.
Hey, one of the things I wanted to ask you, it was something I was thinking about when I was watching SmackDown. I just wanted you guys' opinion. So, if you saw SmackDown this past week, you saw the Bludgeon Brothers beat Gallows and Anderson again. Great match. In the beginning of that, when they left, Daniel Bryan comes down, Bludgeons look at him, nothing happens. During the Gauntlet match, after the Samoa Joe pin, Bludgeon Brothers come out, powerbomb him, destroy him, and Miz comes in for the win. Now, there's no really reason for the Bludgeon Brothers to attack Daniel Bryan, right?
Just to be dicks.
Just to be dicks. And, because nobody wants to have that match, Miz and Bryan, yet. They want to save that. So it gave a chance to Miz to win against Bryan and to build up that feud. Do you think we will see Kane come back.
Nah, he's a mayor.
He's not yet. He's electoral. He won the Republican to represent the Republicans in the ballot for mayor, but he hasn't been elected in yet.
Oh.
Yes, I thought that, and I researched it earlier just out of curiosity. But yes, he is not the mayor yet.
So you want to see Team Hell No reunite?
Do we think that's going to happen? Think of it. It makes no sense. Why would you have the Bludgeon Brothers beat him up? Now, it could be that maybe the Miz orchestrated it, but that doesn't seem too likely. But if you have Bryan go after the Bludgeon Brothers, right? If you have Bryan go after the Bludgeon Brothers and keep getting beat down, and finally he has to get a partner, why not reunite? I mean, that would pop.
This is what I thought. This is Hollywood's thoughts on this. I think that when he stopped in the middle of those two, he was remembering and they were remembering when he was a part of the Wyatt family. So it was kind of like,
they had flashbacks.
Yeah, like I used to be a Wyatt. You guys were Wyatts. What's up?
And then they remembered like you betrayed us.
Yeah, and then like he goes to the ring thinking, all right, just a little family reunion, and then they come in and just like, I thought they were gonna come in to like kind of like help him out, like secure him a little bit, like hey, you used to be a Wyatt, we're gonna take care of you, but nope, power bomb. So yeah, I don't think Kane comes back. I think he takes them all like one at a time or something.
What if? No, it might not happen, and I don't think it'll happen. But what if it's The Miz and Daniel Bryan versus the Bludgeon Brothers?
That's not gonna happen.
No, that's not gonna happen. That nobody wants to see that.
No,
it makes for strange bedfellows.
There's no way they can.
You would have never thought that Kane and Daniel Bryan would have gotten together. So it could happen.
Maybe.
Well, do you guys have any more comments before I go into the main event of the week?
No.
Big Ralph?
Nope.
All right. Every week, one of us picks a current old school match to us to review, and that match is the main event of the week. This week was Big Ralph's pick. Big Ralph. What did you pick?
Why are you laughing?
My wife just threw water in my face.
Why'd she do that?
Because she says I talk too much and I talk too much bullshit.
You do. He does. When you listen to back, I'm telling you he does. All day, every day.
Alright. So for this week, I went with 2002 Judgment Day, Kurt Angle versus Edge, hair versus hair. Now, there's really no specific reason why I picked this match. Honestly, I didn't know what I wanted to pick for this week. So I went and asked the Google machine what were some greatest matches, and it brought me to this match. When I saw the hair versus hair match, I've only seen it twice in WWE, which was this match and the Billionaires versus Billionaire match. But I don't want to talk about that one.
Okay.
Now, the match was... I had not seen this match before. I will be honest. And going into this match, it was brand new for me, and I liked it. I thought it was a great match. It didn't have any high... It had some high spots, but it looked more technical match. It showcased how strong Edge before he became the rated R, and Angle was always a good wrestler. I never know what to say. I need to start writing these things. I need to start writing my thoughts down before
I tried to watch it while we were recording, but I couldn't. So.
Okay, so I saw this match, but I hadn't seen it since we originally came out with the things. Watching the match, though, I have to say, it is very, very, very good match. A lot of false finishes, a lot of things. When you look at it, though, you get the idea of looking at Kurt Angle then and then looking at Kurt Angle now. What's
He's a
going
mere
on?
shadow of himself.
Yeah, no, he doesn't look like he's the same Kurt Angle, and you kind of miss, like, man, I wish that Kurt Angle could come back. But, age and injuries is going to do that to somebody. But this is before the Edge, like Big Ralph said, was rated R superstar. He was a baby face. He was doing great things. He was still over with the crowd. Um, this is probably right after they did the probably Kurt Angle. Well, I don't know. I'm not sure when this was in a timeline. But they were friends, and then Kurt was going to reveal a shirt, and the shirt ended up being a "You Suck" shirt. So this is when "You Suck" was always upset him. Now he just is happy and cheers.
He likes sucking.
Now, that sounded wrong.
Okay.
I do missed. I don't know if you saw the entrances. I do miss those pyrotechnics and that showboating that the entrances brings from the back in the day era. Now it's just they just come in and it's all right. Let's get down to business.
Yeah. But great match. A lot of good false finishes. A lot of good stuff. Missed that angle. Kind of miss Edge because you kind of saw some great Edge stuff too. And you go, man, these guys unfortunately can't go. But the careers they had, we have to pay attention to and look at and go, man, this was great. Of course, they shaved his head so off, and now it's the angle we know with the bald head. But his hair, I thought like his hair was going a little bit more at that time, but apparently it wasn't. So. I mean, it was starting to, but it wasn't like balding to the point of like you needed to shave it, like when Big Show needed to shave his. But so Hollywood, you can't comment, huh?
Nah.
All right.
I mean, I did like the fact that Kurt Angle did a spear.
Yeah, he did a spear.
I did not.
There was a ref bump.
That.
There was a ref bump. The ref goes out, goes down. There could have been a couple of times where he won, and then there was an angle slam. He got kicked out of that, kicked out of a spear. I mean, they had everything. Everything you could think of for a great match they had.
I mean, Edge kicked out of he got speared by Angle, then Angle slam, and he still kicked out.
He went in the ankle lock twice. What is it? I think they called it the execution was done to Angle. There was a couple of spears. Execution. There was everything that you need in a high stakes match. And then when you look at the card, I think the card was the final one. The main event was Taker versus Hulk Hogan for the title.
Was it Hollywood Hogan?
The yellow and red undisputed title is what they were going for.
That was Hollywood Hogan.
It was the Hollywood Hulk Hogan, not the Hollywood black and white Hollywood Hogan.
It's different.
That's what it was. And then some of the other matches. I think Jericho and Hunter had a match in there. Huh?
Yes, Triple H.
Yeah. So the match had some pretty good match. A Hell in a Cell match that was. So when you look at the card, you're like really good. So this one was right up there. Wasn't for a title, but it was for hair, and people were into it, and it was a really good match. And like I said, when you watch it, you go, man, where's that angle? I want that angle if you're going to be out there wrestling. But, I mean, age and injuries, they'll get you every time.
Yeah.
Yeah, he don't look right.
It looks like he's growing another neck on his neck.
What the hell?
See, how do you like it when someone brings up something weird and irrelevant?
I never do, so I don't know.
What are you talking about? You just came back and said you think Ellsworth looks uglier than before.
Does he?
No.
It's part of his gimmick. His gimmick is to look weird.
All right, you know what? Thank you all for listening. Or
no
part
chin.
of
I don't know.
The Unique Geek Network. So look for us under the Geekly under ugeekly.com. That's UGEEKLY. Follow us on Twitter and Facebook under Marks and Smarks. We are part of Podbean and Apple Podcasts, so subscribe, leave a comment, and give us a 5-star rating. Let us know what you think. You can do it on our website or in any comment on either Podbean or on Apple Podcasts. Let us know. Until next time, I'm Jose Sands. I'm here with...
Apparently, they're relevant Hollywood Marcus.
and...
And the don't know what he's talking about, Big Ralph.
Telling you, see you next time.
See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Later.